Hey guys, welcome to another video of mine. It's Quadable, and this is a review for the Chelsea vs Everton game, which ended 4-0 to Chelsea. We ran riot. What a performance, what a match to watch, and you know what? Credit where credit's due. Credit where credit's due, because all of them, not a single player put a foot wrong in this match, in this performance. Everyone played to a fantastic level today, and there were some players who were absolutely outstanding, phenomenal performances. And honestly, there's so much to talk about. Honestly, so much to talk about. But let's remember one thing: before the match, no one really was confident for us to get the 3 points. We had 9 first-team players injured for this game. Let that sink in. 9 first-team players injured for this first team. For this first game, Everton comes to the Bridge in fine form as well. Top manager in Carlo Ancelotti for his return to Stamford Bridge. We knew it was going to be a tough game, but the boys pulled out the bag, and that's where we have to give credit where credit's due. Billy Gilmore with a clinic. 2 man of match performances in a row. Another man of match for the 18-year-old. The guy is a generational talent. What can I say? Something about our academy, but honestly, credit where credit's due. You know, I have to give praise to Mason Mount. Frank Lampard, who got his tactics superb. Going to be getting to why tactically he got it superbly right. And also, you know, with the selection headache, with so many injuries, and how we got the lineup spot on and tactically spot on as well. Credit where credit's due. You could see what he was working on the training, and it was executed to perfection on the pitch as well. And honestly, just an all-round fantastic performance. So I'm really happy for the boys, really happy. And it's a vital 3 points. You know, we had Sheffield United, Wolves, Manchester United, who are currently playing as I speak. You know, they're very close to where we are at this moment in time. So to get, you know, with 10 games remaining, now 9 games remaining until the end of the season, we have to ensure that we secure Champions League qualification. And it was a fantastic performance. Now let's get into performance. Now, getting into lineup, we went with a 4-3-3, my preferred formation. I think that's the best formation to suit it to the players that we have to play. Attractive, fast, fluid football, progressing the ball as well is the best formation. We had Billy Gilmore in that register position. You normally where Jorginho would play. But what I find so impressive is all our first choice midfielders were injured for this game. Jorginho was suspended, Kovacic was injured, Kante had an injury, Ruben is still not match fit either. So I think it's so impressive with the way Lampard handled the situation. Kepa retaining his spot against Liverpool, who had a man of match performance against Liverpool, was superb. 2 clean sheets in a row for Kepa Arrizabalaga. So happy for that man. I'm one of his ardent supporters, so it means a lot to me when Kepa's playing so well. So that will definitely boost his confidence. Alonso, normally not a left back, but he handled the situation well, handled the pace of the game, was linking up the play well, attacking those spaces, making those infield runs, linking up with the midfield nicely, was in his position, so you can see the coaching is helping him there. So good performance from him, carrying on that good form. Azpilicueta, now I can see why Azpi was in for Reece James. Now before the game started, there was a lot of tension and controversy on the timeline. Now people were saying, oh, you know, why is Reece James not playing? But there's a main reason for that. We had 9 first-team players out injured or unavailable for selection. Jorginho was our vice-captain. Of course, Aspi's not been getting too many minutes lately, and as a result, of course, we need a captain leader on the pitch. Now, Jorginho suspended. You can't also not have Aspi on the pitch because you haven't got a voice, you haven't got a commander, you haven't got a captain, essentially. So it was there for leadership purposes, so it makes tactical sense to put Azpilicueta there. Plus, he is more defensive, so you have that defensive solidity as well. He's 1v1, very good defensively. And with a 2 centre-back partnership of Zouma and Rudiger, I thought they were sublime. Now, of course, we know that Christensen's our best centre-back, our most technical defender, but it made tactical sense to play Zouma and Rudiger. It was a tactical insight, tactical awareness as to why Lampard played those 2. They're both very physical. They both have that aerial presence, aerially very dominant. They win aerial duels, ground tackling, solid, keep their defensive shape, very good in 1v1 tackling defensively as well, commanding. And because they're both so physically strong, it basically dealt with Everton's aerial defence. Now we know that Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin are very good in the air, dominant in the air. So with having Zouma and Rudiger, who are both aerially dominant, physically very strong, you deal with the aerial threat and you deal with it defensively. Hence why we kept a clean sheet. And credit to Frank Lampard for making those tactical substitutions, which means that, you know, he's quite tactically flexible. And I think that, yes, they had a couple of shaky moments, but overall, I think the Zouma and Rudiger, physically strong, they handled the pace of the game. And for me, they played very well together, so really happy with them. And of course, Billy Gilmore. Who is Iniesta in this game? Who is Xavi in this game? We have Billy Gilmore, the generational talent, the elite midfielder, the Scottish Iniesta, the Scottish Pirlo. we have him right here, lads. Honestly, like our long-term Jorginho replacement is already here. We don't need to sign a Jorginho replacement. We have a generational talent, and you guys know me a lot as well. I don't overhype youth a lot, but when I see a talented youth player, I see one with my eyes. I see one. Hudson-Odoi is one of them. Reece James is another. Christensen, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And now we have Billy Gilmour. He's another generational one who's going to go right to the top of his game. A world-class midfielder. 2 clinics. He has 2 man-of-the-match performances in a row. And it was his debut in both games as well. Honestly, the guy, the way he performs on the pitch, his movement. And Roy Keane put it perfectly before the game. You know, his movement on the ball, the way he progresses the ball, he's a more athletic Jorginho. You know, his positioning and tactical awareness at the age of 18 is so impressive. You know, you can have a lot of potential, world-class potential, but to be so tactically aware at that age for me is honestly impressive. Very impressive. His movement, his defensive positioning, the way he's progressing the ball progression was there as well. The through balls, the quality of the balls, commanding, dictating the game. The way that he controlled the game was second to none. Honestly, the guy was superb today. A sublime man of the match performance. Now, of course, there is some context. Everton didn't pressurise him as much, but he was absolutely outstanding. The way he dictated the game, he controlled it. You know, he orchestrated the game as well. Distributed the ball fantastically well, superbly. Got an assist as well for Willian's goal. The guy was on fire. Honestly, the guy was on fire. I'm so happy for his performance. And it was an alright, fantastic performance. Willian getting on the goal. Fantastic strike from outside the box. Giroud getting his goal as well. Nice header for him. Will boost his confidence, especially with Tammy Abraham being injured. Pedro as well. It's nice to see him score. You know, he got into so many good positions against Liverpool. Didn't get that clinical edge. However, in this game, he got his 1v1 and he slotted away beautifully, reminding me of the old Pedro. Yes, we had the old front three of Pedro, Willian and Giroud, but all 3 of them were absolutely sublime. And can I also mention Barkley's performance? He's been under heavy scrutiny, a lot of criticism of late, and fairly so, right, Jew. However, 2 assists today, fantastic against his old club, good passing range, got a couple of assists to his name, spraying those balls, really good long range passing. So happy for his performance. And the final player that I want to talk about, of course, is Mason Mount. Now, many of you that watch the channel regularly will know that I'm not Mason Mount's biggest fan because I have a lot of critiques of his game. And if it wasn't for certain big accounts on Twitter constantly overhyping him like he's going to be the next Messi, then I wouldn't put him under so much criticism. However, credit where credit's due. He had a fantastic game today. Just like Barkley had a fantastic game today. And Matisse Armani, you guys may know him on Twitter, he put it perfectly. Praise in isolation. You don't have to make long-term conclusions. Mount has had a lot of poor games this season. Yes, it's his first season. He's had also some fantastic games as well. So credit where credit's due. When Mason Mount has a good performance, I praise him. I don't have an agenda. I don't have a vendetta against a player. He was perfect today. Fantastic first goal on the half volley, on the half turn, slotted it near post to Pickford's side. Was very good. It was well done. Mason Mount, congratulations. Very good performance. Great goal taken as well. Let's hope you keep it up. We need to keep up the performances. And if we want to secure a Champions League qualification, we need to ensure, especially with the long-term injuries that we do have, that, you know, these players, that they're on fire, and then we need to string a few runs. It looks like we're now hitting form at the perfect time, especially with a lot of teams behind us. But like I said, getting back to the point, you don't have to make long-term conclusions. You can praise in isolation. Mason Mount, he had a fantastic performance. He had a great goal. Great. Praise in isolation, put it in the box, move on to next game. If he does it consistently on a consistent basis, then you could potentially start making long-term conclusions. But I don't want to see people after one game say, oh, this guy's fantastic. I rate Billy Gilmour very highly. I think that he's a generational talent. I think that he can be a world-class player and that he will be our long-term Jorginho replacement. Prime Billy Gilmour could be like an Iniesta or Xavi. I could be getting ahead of myself. But when I see people on the timeline saying, oh, he could even be better than Jorginho, let's not jump the gun. He's had 2 fantastic world-class performances against Liverpool and Everton. But it's 2 performances when you see it on a consistent basis, and then we can see it. But Roy Keane put it perfectly. He's had 2 world-class performances, dominant performances, controlling the game, orchestrating the game, moving the ball, progressing it really well. But like Roy Keane said, we need to see consistency on a world-class basis. But you can already see a world-class player there, and only at the age of 18, which makes it so impressive. That's why I'm so impressed with Billy Gilmour. But we need to see a lot more consistency. A lot of people on the timeline saying, oh, you know, he's already better than Jorginho. Let's not jump the gun. We need to see consistency. But this is a good step. We need to get a string of wins now, because it's going to be key and crucial if you want to secure Champions League qualification for next season, if you want to get the UCL spot. And yeah, honestly, zero complaints in this game. Beautiful game. Smiley face me. What can I say? Now, leave me your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys for my next video. Peace.